You hand over your keys for a simple service. Within minutes, your mechanic knows more about your car than you do. The second you are gone, your mechanic becomes a detective. That weird noise you mentioned, they already know it's going to cost you $800. Those McDonald's wrappers stuffed in your cup holders? They're judging your life choices while diagnosing your transmission. Your mechanic just spent 30 seconds with your car and already knows you never check your fluids, you ride your brakes, and you're about 3 weeks away from a breakdown that will ruin your month. The crazy part? While you are sitting there thinking they are just changing oil, they are building a mental repair list that could hit 4 figures. They know which problems will leave you stranded next week and which ones can wait until payday. Right now, we're going behind the garage door to show you exactly what mechanics do when you are not watching, the real process, the honest discoveries, and why some customers walk out with a $2,000 surprise. Welcome to Built-in Boost, where we break down the hype, cut through the marketing, and give you the real story behind the badge. Like this, if you want to know what mechanics really think when they see your car. Ready to see what really happens back there? Let's go. Number 1. The first 5 minutes, what they really check. Once your car is in the service area, it only takes a look for the mechanic to know how you drive and how well you maintain it. They walk around your car checking tire wear patterns first. Uneven wear on the edges means your alignment is off and will cost you $120 to fix. Wear on just the inside or outside edges show suspension problems that run $400 to $800. Completely bald tires tell them you are either broke or just do not pay attention to your car. While adjusting your seat to move the car, they notice how your pedals feel. A spongy brake pedal means air in the brake lines or worn brake fluid. A sticky gas pedal usually means a dirty throttle body. These little details help them understand what other problems might be hiding. They start your engine and immediately listen to how it sounds. A trained ear can pick up engine knock, timing issues, or exhaust leaks within seconds. They are also watching your tailpipe. Different colored smoke tells different stories about engine health. Your dashboard gives away maintenance habits too. Warning lights that have been ignored, layers of dust, or aftermarket modifications help them predict what condition the rest of your car is probably in. They also check your fluid levels through the hood. Oil color tells them about change intervals, coolant levels show cooling system health, and brake fluid color indicates if it has been changed recently. A quick look at belts and hoses reveals cracking or fraying that could leave you stranded. They are also looking at your air filter condition and battery terminals for corrosion while the hood is up. Your wipers get a quick inspection too. Cracked rubber means you drive with poor visibility during rainstorms. This 5-minute assessment helps them know whether they are dealing with a well-maintained vehicle or something that has been neglected for years. Most customers have no idea this detective work is happening before any actual repair work begins. Number 2. How they decide what's actually urgent. After that initial inspection, your mechanic has spotted multiple issues with your car. Now comes the tricky part, figuring out what needs immediate attention and what can wait without leaving you stranded or broke. They use a simple priority system that most customers never hear about. Safety issues always come first. Worn brake pads, bald tires, or suspension problems that could cause accidents get bumped to the top of the list. These are the repairs they will push hard because they do not want you getting hurt or sued if something goes wrong. Next are the problems that will leave you stranded soon. A cracked serpentine belt, leaking radiator hose, or battery showing signs of failure get labeled as urgent because breaking down costs you more than fixing them now. An $80 belt replacement beats a $200 tow truck call plus the same $80 belt. Then they consider your budget and driving needs. If you drive 100 miles daily for work, they will prioritize reliability over cosmetic issues. If you mentioned money is tight, they will separate the must-fix items from the nice-to-fix ones. They also factor in what they call cascade failures, problems that will cause other expensive problems if ignored. A small coolant leak might not seem urgent, but it can lead to overheating and a $2,500 head gasket replacement. The smart mechanics will group related repairs together to save you labor costs and schedule non-urgent items for your next visit. This priority system helps them present you with options instead of overwhelming you with a massive repair list that makes you panic and leave. Number 3. Why parts may cost more than Amazon. You just got quoted $85 for a part you found on Amazon for $35, and you are wondering if your mechanic thinks you are stupid. The truth is more complicated than simple markup greed. Your mechanic cannot just order random parts from Amazon and hope they work. They need parts that come with warranties they can honor if something goes wrong. When they install that $35 Amazon part and it fails in 2 weeks, guess who has to eat the labor cost to replace it again? They do. So they stick with suppliers who guarantee their parts and will replace defective ones without questions. Parts stores also deliver same day or next day to keep your car from sitting in their bay for a week. That Amazon part might take 3 to 5 days to arrive, meaning your car takes up valuable space while they wait. Shop rent, insurance, and overhead do not pause while waiting for cheap parts to arrive. Then there is the liability issue. If that bargain brake pad from Amazon fails and causes an accident, your mechanic's insurance and reputation are on the line. Professional parts come with proper documentation and meet safety standards that cheap alternatives might skip. Your mechanic also stocks commonly needed parts so they can fix your car immediately instead of making you wait. That inventory costs money to maintain, and those carrying costs get built into the part prices. Most importantly, when you buy that part yourself and it turns out wrong or defective, you own that problem. When your mechanic sources the part, they guarantee it will work correctly for your specific vehicle and year. That peace of mind and accountability costs extra, but it saves you from multiple trips and headaches when something goes wrong. Number 4, what actually happens during the repair. Once you approve the work, your mechanic does not just dive in and start wrenching. There's a methodical process that protects both your car and their reputation. Firstly, good mechanics start by documenting everything with photos before they touch the car. That scratch on your bumper, the dent in your door, even how dirty the engine area is all photographed. This protects them if a customer later says the damage happened at the shop. They lay out all the tools and parts needed for your specific job before starting. Running around looking for the right socket wrench wastes time and increases chances of mistakes. Everything gets organized within arm's reach, and they double-check part numbers against your vehicle to avoid costly mix-ups. During the actual repair, they follow manufacturer procedures step by step, not shortcuts from YouTube videos. Torque specifications matter. Too loose and parts fall off, too tight, and threads strip or bolts break. They use proper lifting points so they do not damage your car's frame or body panels. Smart mechanics also test related systems as they work. Replacing brake pads means checking brake fluid levels, inspecting rotors, and making sure brake lines are not leaking. They know that fixing one problem often reveals others, so they stay alert for issues that could cause comebacks. They clean up as they go, keeping bolts organized and wiping down anything they touch. Leaving greasy fingerprints on your interior or losing a bolt in your engine bay reflects poorly on their professionalism. While they work, mechanics are always thinking about what could go wrong and how to stop it. If a car comes back with the same problem, it costs them time and money they can't charge you for. That's why they keep checking their work with repair guides and the car manufacturer's instructions. Skipping steps can cause problems later, like warranty claims or unhappy customers. Good mechanics even take photos during the job to show you what they found and what they fixed. This builds trust and explains why their repair cost what it did. Number 5, the final test they don't tell you about. Your repair is finished, but your mechanic is not done with your car yet. What happens next determines whether you drive away happy or come back angry in 2 days. They begin with a full systems check, not just the part they repaired. If they replaced your brake pads, they don't just see if the brakes work. They check how the pedal feels, listen for squeaks or grinding, and make sure the brake warning light stays off. They press the brakes several times to make sure the pressure builds up and stays steady. Next comes the test drive that most customers never know about. They drive your car around the block or through the parking lot, testing everything they touched and checking for new problems their work might have created. They listen for unusual noises, feel for vibrations, and make sure your steering wheel still centers properly. Back in the shop, they double check all their connections and torque specifications one final time. Loose bolts that back out after a few miles create dangerous situations and expensive comebacks. They verify that all electrical connections are secure and that no warning lights appeared during their test drive. They also clean up any mess they made during the repair. Greasy handprints get wiped off, tools get put away, and they sweep up any debris around your car. Professional shops know that cleanliness reflects their attention to detail. Finally, they update your service records with exactly what they did, what parts they used, and any recommendations for future maintenance. This paperwork trail protects both of you if warranty issues come up later. The most skilled mechanics will start your car one last time before calling you back, listening to make sure everything sounds right and checking that all dashboard lights behave normally. Only then do they consider the job truly complete and ready for your pickup. There you have it, the complete behind-the-scenes process that happens every time you drop off your car. Your mechanic is not just fixing what you asked for, they are conducting a full investigation, prioritizing problems by urgency and cost, sourcing quality parts that will not fail, following proper procedures during repairs, and testing everything before you get back behind the wheel. Next time you drop off your car, you will know exactly what is happening in those garage bays. From that initial 5-minute detective work to the final test drive you never see, there's a method to everything they do. The mechanics who skip these steps are the ones who create horror stories you hear about. The ones who follow this process are the professionals worth finding and sticking with for years. Remember, a professional mechanic who takes time to do things right will always cost less in the long run than someone who cuts corners and creates bigger problems. If this changed how you think about what really happens during car repairs, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider automotive knowledge. Drop a comment and tell us about your best or worst mechanic experience. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.